Students, we will continue our discussion of the chapter Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. Today we will discuss the speech by this famous personality. To the assembled guest and the watching world, I said. So here he is saying to the assembled guest means the people who were present there, from dignitaries who were there, who came to this auspicious inauguration program, and to the world, the people of the world who were eagerly waiting for this day. He said, "Today, all of us do by our presence here confer glory and hope to newborn liberty." Here, confer, the meaning is given here, a formal word. Here, give, confer means give. So here he's saying that today all of us, not only me as the president of South Africa, but all the people who are a part of the government today, we hear, and by everyone in fact, and the members of the government and all the people who are present at that very moment on the special occasion, says that we give glory and at the same time hope to newborn liberty. Why newborn? Because till that very day South African soil never saw liberty. What is liberty? Freedom. There was this system of apartheid, and they never saw this concept of, they were unknown to this concept of liberty. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. So here he said that this experience, out of the experience of an extraordinary, because this system of apartheid, what that was prevalent in South Africa, was beyond words actually. This racial discrimination between white people and black people, and the torture that the black people went through, was beyond words. And he said that was what? That was an extraordinary human disaster that was made by human. That particular system was made by human, and who suffered? The humans only suffered. And that even that lasted for a period, it's too long a period, which was very unfortunate. And he said, though we suffered, this was very extraordinary thing that happened in South African soil. Though we suffered so much, but still we learned a lesson. It was a lifetime experience by the South African people. The history of South Africa will behold it forever. And it has a positive aspect also. What is the positive aspect? Through all this sufferings, through all this disaster, what will grow up? A new society will grow up, and that new society which will be born, will be completely different, which will be full of life, full of dignity towards each other, full of love and respect and care for each other. And in fact, the whole, once the humanity was in disaster, but this new nation, this new South Africa, the entire people will be proud of. We, he's saying, not I, very, he's saying we who were outlaws not so long ago. So we who here, just look at the reference, we who were outlaws. Because why they are considering themselves outlaws? Because of its policy of apartheid. Many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relations with South Africa because of the system of apartheid that was going on in South Africa. Many countries of the world, broke off their diplomatic relations. They were not into any relations with the South African, with the people of South Africa, with the government of South Africa, because they do not, the other countries of the world, they do not, they are not a follower of this, they do not preach it, and they do not like to be a part of that country which in fact preach it. All right, so he's saying, we who were outlaws not so long ago, so long ago refers to, means just, it's not been many days, it's just a matter of years, just a matter of years, that the system was, matter of days actually, that that system was prevalent, have today been given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own soil. And he's saying, see that this, our country, the country in South Africa, which was, everyone broke off their diplomatic relations, no one want to be a part, no one want to do business with South Africa, but today the entire concept has changed. Why? Because we do not believe anymore in this system, in this racial discrimination system, and today in fact the world was against us, no one wanted to visit us, but today see, in our own land, in our own country, we are hosting the entire world. In fact, many dignitaries of the world are a part of this inauguration. So it is a very welcoming gesture. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. So he is saying that today I take this opportunity on behalf of the South African people. He is referring himself, he is saying we. He's not referring to being president now, he's not referring as I. He's saying that we, on behalf, we, the entire people of South Africa, like to take this opportunity, and I want to thank all the people, all the distinguished international guests, the dignitaries which are present now, who are present now here in this inauguration ceremony. We like to thank you for being here today and being a part of this special occasion, auspicious occasion, the remarkable day in the history of South Africa. Why? Because this victory is for what? This victory is not only a victory of democracy, not only a victory over the system of apartheid, rather it is a victory of for justice. It is a victory for peace and human dignity. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. And what is emancipation? Freedom from restriction. So he says that at last our long fight, the struggle we went through, many people died, number of people lost their life in the struggle, but at last a day came and we are politically free. Apart from all other things, we are politically free as South Africans. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. So deprivation is state of not having one's rightful benefits. Discrimination means being treated differently or unfavorably. So he's saying that today we stand here as a complete united, as one nation, and we take pledge, we promise to ourselves that in front of the world, we promise to ourselves that we will continue our struggle, and this time our struggle will be what? Our struggle will be against poverty, our struggle will be against deprivation, against suffering and gender. This is gender bias discrimination and other sorts of discrimination that are prevalent in the South African soil. Our next freedom of struggle would be for this. We are united, and we will unitedly fight for this entire sufferings, the discriminations that has been through the ages meted out in the South African soil. Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. So here's saying that never in the wildest of the dreams, in the near future, at any cost, the South African land, the people of South Africa will never see any such kind of discrimination. And yes, we all know that South Africa is a beautiful land, blessed with enough of natural resources, forest reserves, abundance of wild animals, and he says this beautiful land will never experience any oppression on ground of humanity, oppression on ground of poverty, suffering, whatever, deprivation, other discrimination, racial discrimination, whatever, gender discrimination, ill treatment, whatever. We pledge today that never, never, never that will ever happen. We will never give a chance to this discrimination to take place in our land. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. So he's saying that the sun is a symbol of what? Sun is a symbol of hope, optimism, ray, light, love, care. So he's saying that sun, this is a time that sun will never set. Sun will always be there, which is a symbol of, I told you it's all about optimism, hope, ray, aspirations. So here says that sun will always be there on human achievement in the land of South Africa. We will never have a setting sun in sun, which is a symbolic way of saying we'll always have a rising sun in a South African land. And by that he's saying, let freedom reign. So he's saying, let, from today onwards, from the very moment to in the South African land, what will be there? You will only feel it. The only air will be freedom. No oppressions, no deprivations, no sufferings, no gender biasness, no discriminations, no poverty. There will be what? Freedom. And he is praying to God from the podium, addressing the whole world, addressing the African people, addressing the dignitaries out there. He is saying that God, he is actually praying to God, and he is saying that God, help us and bless us to be one, God, show us the right path so that Africa can lead a nation, a united nation, a healthy nation, a nation of healthy thought, and a nation of freedom.